Some of you may remember seeing me do this months ago with citrus zest and some sugar in a couple of eclair cakes. I noticed that this technique began to spread, and even people on social media started discussing it, wondering whether it was worth incorporating into recipes and if it made a difference. Then, many months ago, I stumbled upon a video of a creator claiming to have created the ultimate loaf recipe. Okay, she begins by vigorously rubbing the zest with sugar until it becomes a cream, and then she uses an electric beater. At that point, I became a bit annoyed, because over 100,000 people were learning the wrong method. Many comments were enthusiastic about the results, while a few were disappointed. That's one of the best cake ever. Sorry to say, I made the lemon cake and wasn't happy with the taste. Once I tried to massage the zesting sugar, but it turned out bitter. There's certainly a lot of confusion. First of all, nobody is creating or inventing anything here. Just Google it and you will find many pages discussing this technique many years ago already. So, if rubbing the zest can enhance the flavor of a cake, why is it still unknown to many? Despite it's known among bakers, it remains an optional step, and if it's used unwisely, it can become a double-edged sword. Rubbing the zest is not a massage, and there's nothing to romanticize about it. It's an abrasive action, essentially grinding the sugar crystals against the zest to release its essential oils, which infuse the sugar with flavor, also known as maceration. In fact, citrus zest is responsible for imparting most of the flavor to baked goods. But citrus zest also contains moisture and acidic components, especially lemon, primarily citric acid. She uses Meyer lemon, which is not always easy to find. She compares the acid compounds of some common citrus fruits, but then she picks a Meyer lemon from the tree in her garden without emphasizing the differences between the two varieties and overlooking the fact that most people use regular organic lemons. And between the two varieties, there's a lot of difference. For the bitterness of common lemon, it's recommended not to rub the zest excessively and for a long time, otherwise the flavor might become too strong. When you overdo the rubbing or you use too much sugar to rub, there's a risk of incorporating too much moisture and acidic components, causing the sugar to clump and become sticky. This could result in a cake that's excessively bitter, moist and sticky. And while we can afford to rub orange zest a bit more because it contains fewer bitter compounds, lemon won't forgive excess rubbing. I'm not saying that this isn't good. I'm just saying that we don't want all the sugar to turn into cream. Even the act of zesting can be tricky. Due to distractions or rushing, we sometimes end up zesting the same area, incorporating the white pith, which is extremely bitter. This bitterness will affect our cakes. When we zest, we need to change the area continually to remove only the superficial layer, and the peel must be perfectly dry. Can you see the difference? In a nutshell, this creamy mixture isn't a big deal, but let's continue. After adding additional ingredients, she also uses an electric beater, taking the overworking to the next level. If you use an electric beater to mix the ingredients, there's really no need to rub the zest, unless you want a strong, zesty, tangy taste, because the prolonged mechanical action of the beater replaces the friction that you achieve with the fingers or a spatula. It's sufficient to beat the zest with the sugar and the other wet ingredients containing fat to capture the essential oils. Rubbing the zest isn't always necessary when we are not using an electric beater. If we are aiming for a delicate flavor, especially in recipes that already include lemon juice or slices, we can skip the rubbing step. Well, I hope you find this video helpful, and if you enjoy watching it, give it a thumbs up and share it. Consider subscribing to my channel, leave a comment and activate the notification bell to receive updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.